Buddha, also known as Siddhartha Gautama, was a spiritual leader who lived over 2,500 years ago and founded a tradition based on the deep understanding of the mind, suffering, and the nature of existence. His teachings, centered on principles such as compassion, mindfulness, and balance, offer practical tools for dealing with life's challenges. In modern life, marked by stress, constant distractions, and the relentless pursuit of success, these teachings remain incredibly relevant. They invite us to slow down, reflect, and find a path to inner peace and harmony, even amid the complexities of today's world. The goal is to show how Buddha's ideas, which transcend time and culture, can be applied practically and meaningfully to contemporary challenges, helping us live with greater balance, clarity, and purpose. Development of the teaching, live in the present. When Buddha says, "Do not dwell in the past, do not dream of the future, concentrate the mind on the present moment," he invites us to let go of the emotional and psychological burdens that arise from being fixated on times beyond our control, either past or future. The past, with its mistakes, regrets, or pleasant memories, often traps us, creating suffering or nostalgia. On the other hand, the future, with its uncertainties and expectations, can breed anxiety. This teaching suggests a way of living where the focus is solely on what is in front of us now. Mindfulness practice is one way to achieve this. When we are fully present, we observe what is happening in our lives with clarity and depth, without judgment. This can reduce stress and increase our ability to make conscious decisions, respond more balanced to situations, and nurture more authentic relationships. Modern life demands speed, multitasking, and always having something in mind, whether it's what has already happened or what still needs to be done. This constant division of attention leads to burnout and frustration. Buddha's teaching proposes that we slow down, focus, live in the now, and thus find more peace and contentment. Development of the teaching, the practice of detachment. Buddha teaches that attachment, whether to material possessions, ideas, or even people, is the root of human suffering. Our tendency to seek happiness and satisfaction in external things creates an illusion that we need these things to be complete. This leads to a constant pursuit of more without ever feeling truly fulfilled. This cycle of unfulfilled desires results in suffering because the reality is that everything is impermanent. Nothing lasts forever. Detachment, on the other hand, does not mean abandoning everything and living in scarcity or isolation, but rather learning to live with the freedom of not depending on anything for our happiness. It involves cultivating a healthier relationship with what we have, without allowing the desire for more to control our lives. Buddha teaches that true happiness comes from within, from our ability to accept what is and to appreciate what we have in the present moment. In the context of modern life, where consumption, the pursuit of status, and constant comparison with others are often encouraged, detachment becomes an even more essential practice. By learning to detach, we can experience a lighter life, free from the anxiety and dissatisfaction that arise from the relentless search for more. Development of the teaching, the middle way. The middle way is one of the central principles of Buddhism. Buddha taught that the key to a healthy and fulfilled life is to avoid extremes. Instead of indulging in luxury and excess, or embracing severe asceticism and unnecessary suffering, we should seek a balanced path that promotes harmony between body and mind. In modern life, extremes manifest in many ways: excessive consumption, perfectionism, the pursuit of status, or extreme isolation, overexposure to work, or, on the other hand, a lack of discipline. The middle way invites us to find a healthy balance between different areas of our life: our material and spiritual needs, our responsibilities, and our rest. The goal is not a path of mediocrity or avoiding challenges, but a balance that allows for growth, satisfaction, and long-term well-being. Buddha teaches us that by balancing our choices and actions, we can experience a happier, less turbulent, and more harmonious life. Development of the teaching, the importance of compassion. Compassion is one of the fundamental pillars of Buddhism. Buddha teaches that we should cultivate kindness and compassion for all beings, not just for our friends and family, but for all living beings without exception. This feeling of empathy and understanding in the face of the struggles and suffering of others is not only a reflection of our humanity, but also a path to alleviating pain and suffering. In an increasingly connected world, where human and social relationships extend beyond physical borders, compassion becomes even more essential. When we understand the suffering of others and respond with kindness, we create an environment of mutual support and understanding. The practice of compassion is not limited to grand actions. It can manifest in simple gestures such as listening attentively to someone, supporting a friend in need, or being patient with someone going through a tough situation. Empathy also fosters a deep connection between people. By putting ourselves in the other person's shoes, we can better understand their needs and respond in a more sensitive and effective way. This transforms superficial relationships into more authentic and supportive ones, creating a cycle of kindness and understanding that can spread throughout society as a whole. Development of the teaching, self-awareness, and reflection. Buddha emphasized that true victory is not over others, but over ourselves. To conquer oneself is a greater victory than to conquer 1,000 battles, is a profound teaching that invites us to look inward and reflect on our own actions, thoughts, and intentions. Self-awareness is an ongoing practice that involves honestly examining our minds and choices without judgment so we can better understand who we are and how we can grow. Self-reflection allows us to identify our behavior patterns and the motivations that lead us to act in certain ways. This includes recognizing our automatic impulses, our reactions to situations, and the emotions that arise within us. By becoming aware of these internal processes, we can choose to act more wisely, with greater clarity and less reactivity. Self-awareness also helps us realize how our actions impact others and the world around us. By becoming more aware of our impact on the world, we can live more ethically and compassionately. Furthermore, it allows us to make choices that are more aligned with our values and cultivate a more authentic and fulfilling life. Development of the teaching, simplicity, and contentment. Buddhism teaches that the constant pursuit of desires and material acquisitions is one of the main sources of suffering. Buddha guides us to seek simplicity and contentment, for by reducing desires, we find greater satisfaction and inner peace. Less desire, more happiness is a teaching that invites us to reflect on what is truly essential for a full and happy life. Simplicity does not mean living a monotonous or joyless life, but rather choosing to live in a more mindful way, less attached to consumption or the pursuit of status. A simple life is one in which we focus on what truly matters, such as genuine relationships, health, and emotional well-being, rather than accumulating material possessions or constantly seeking something more. Contentment, in turn, is directly related to acceptance of the present moment. By learning to appreciate what we have, rather than longing for more, we find a lasting sense of gratitude and well-being. Contentment frees us from the constant search for more and allows us to live with greater freedom and joy. Living simply and contentedly brings profound peace as we detach from the craving for external things and find true happiness within ourselves. Buddha's teachings offer deep and timeless wisdom that perfectly adapts to the demands and challenges of modern life. They invite us to live more consciously, balanced, and authentically, helping us navigate the complexities of the modern world with greater peace and clarity. By embracing mindfulness, detachment, compassion, and balance, we can reduce suffering and cultivate a more meaningful life. These principles teach us to value the present, accept the impermanence of things, and find contentment in what we have instead of getting lost in the endless pursuit of more. Constant self-reflection allows us to better understand our motivations and act with greater wisdom, while simplicity frees us from excess and reconnects us with what truly matters. By living more simply, generously, and compassionately, we not only transform ourselves, but also positively impact our relationships and the world around us. In a time when anxiety and stress are common, These teachings offer a path to a more peaceful life, free from excess and filled with gratitude. They remind us that true happiness doesn't come from accumulating wealth or achieving external goals, but from the inner peace we find when we learn to live with more presence, contentment, and balance. These principles can be applied at any point in life, serving as a solid guide for a more harmonious and enriching existence.